What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of A Spark Ignited. I'm your host, Danielle Nicole, and I'm so excited you guys decided to join me today. Now, today we're going to be discussing a few different things. First of all, let's just take note that today is my 10th episode of A Spark Ignited, and you guys, I am so excited. I remember when I filmed my very first practice video, December 19, 2023, I was a nervous wreck. And I ended up doing 30 or so practice videos before I pressed play for my very first episode of A Spark Ignited, which aired February 20th. And you guys, just a little over, almost 3 months later, we are at our 10th episode. And for the ones that tune in every week, share, like, and comment, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm having so much fun doing this. This has always been a dream of mine to have my own podcast, and to see it just play out the way that it's been playing out, I am just so very, very grateful. Now, we're going to talk about a few things regarding mental health. This is the month of May, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So, of course, you have your options of going to therapy, prayer, meditation, things like that, right? Those are a given. But I want to do things a little bit different on my episode. And I want to talk about things that bring you joy and excitement and, some playful, mindful things that we can do and we can give ourselves. So you guys buckle up. This is going to be a fun episode of things that we can do to help improve our mental health. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to improving our mental health, you guys, you got to move your body, okay? We get to move our bodies, okay? We don't want to treat exercise or anything like that as a form of punishment. We've got to love on our bodies, okay? We've got to take care of them. And the best way to do that is to move it however you see fit. So there's a number of different things you can do. I was actually talking with a friend earlier today, and she had heard from some scientific article or something like that the best thing that you can do whenever you want like a boost of energy is to strength train. Like, I've never heard of that in my life. I don't know how true it is. It's something that she passed along to me. But I do know when I work out, I never regret going to go work out. I always feel so much better after I go and I treat myself to a workout and I love on my body by moving it. It just never fails. You always get a boost of energy whenever you go and do that. Now, I'm someone that loves cardio. I love sprinting. I love strength training. I know I'm a little crazy because I actually love to do those things, but I really do. And I am a big, huge fan of walking. I actually intentionally take 2 to 3 hour walks on Saturdays. That's the day I really get to get out and not be so time constrained. And so because I enjoy walking and I'm able to think about my day, how I want to go about my day and, give myself some mental clarity. Walking is my thing. So, but if those things are not your thing, here are other ways that you can move your body. You could take a dance class, Zumba class. There is barre, there's Pilates, there's yoga. There is so many different things that you can do to move your body. Tennis classes, racquetball, whatever you want to do to move your body, do it, okay? It's not always just your, normal way of exercising. There's different ways that you can do or choose to move your body. So tap into whatever you feel may excite you the most, and I would just go all in on that thing. It could be a boxing class. Listen, like I said, there's a number of different things to do, and it definitely helps with that mental clarity. So you guys get out there and move your body as much as you can. The second thing that you can do to improve your mental health is laugh, okay? One, I'm a goofball, so I'm always laughing, telling jokes, or just being completely silly. I just can't help myself. I've been that way my whole life because my mother and my dad, they're both goofy. So, of course, I'm prone to be this way. I'm just a big old goofball, but I love it because it keeps everything kind of lighthearted. It keeps me, a kid at play, it just keeps me young and youthful to, be able to laugh at myself and laugh with people and tell jokes and just be funny in that way. It's just really one of those things that just always makes me feel good. And get with that friend that you laugh with, until your belly hurts. Call that friend if you need a good laugh to talk about something you two done back in the day that was completely crazy or embarrassing that you guys can look back at now and laugh about it. or put on a really good movie. There's movies that I've seen over and over again, like Coming to America. I've seen that movie at least 100 times, at least. And I laugh at that movie like I've never seen it before in my life because it's just that freaking good, Along with like stand-up comedies, comedy shows, things like that, or actually go to one. Get outside your house and actually go to a comedy show and laugh in person, laugh lively, just have fun and just don't take life so seriously, because every single day, that's what we have to do. We have to walk with this serious structure and stance, and that can get really old and mundane sometimes. That's why it's so important to just let your hair down and do things a little silly or be goofy or just, make the room laugh, tell a joke or two, whatever it is. But laughing definitely keeps you from feeling all the heaviness of the day and all the things that we have to focus on that could be not so fun, because that's called adulting. We all have to do it. But yes, laughing is definitely a way to help improve your mental state. The third way that you can improve your mental health is unleashing your inner child, okay? We all have that person inside of us. My little Danny, I make sure that I nurture her at all times, maybe a little bit too much sometimes when it comes to the sweets and whatnot. But what I mean by that is it kind of touches on what we were just talking about. Like, it's okay to be silly. It's not wrong to, be youthful in certain rooms and atmospheres and to bring about that type of energy. Take yourself to the park one day. I was actually walking a couple weekends ago, and I decided to switch up my routine, which I regularly do that because I like to just go and see and explore different places and in the city that I live in, but just kind of take my route in a different way. And so I chose to walk in the park, and that park is super nice. First of all, it's actually the park that I got married at, but I actually got married in like the building part of it all. But in front of that whole place is like this really beautiful park. And it has everything. It has monkey bars, it has swings, it has the slide, it has like bear crawls, it has rock climbing, it has so many things at this park. And so I did a few laps or so, and I was like, yeah, I saw the swing. I was like, I haven't swung in years, maybe like 10 years or so. It's been a while because my daughter, she'll be 15. So obviously we're not going to the park anymore, so it's probably been about 10, 12 years since I've been on a swing, when I used to swing with her. And I got on it and I just felt so good. I allowed myself to go all the way to the top. I jumped off of it. I probably shouldn't have done that part. My knees did not thank me for that. But it was just so freeing and it was just so fun. And we have to remind ourselves that it's okay to do things like that. Go down the dang on slide if you want to. You and your spouse or partner or whoever that you're with, go and have a nice park date. Create a picnic for each other, and after you're done eating, go swing on the swings together. Go actually run and play hide and go seek. I don't care. Like, just because we're adults doesn't mean we can't do fun stuff like that. It's not catered to kids. This is not a kid game, right? This is just a game. It's whatever you want it to be, right? So definitely remind yourselves that you have permission to go swing on the daggone swing and slide on the slide, and to use the park to your advantage as well, not just walking it like I was that day. I'm so happy that I let my hair down that day. I actually documented me on a swing, took a little picture, and just was really happy in that moment. So yeah, remind yourself that you can do that too. So yeah, always unleash that inner child. She's always ready to come out. The fourth way that we can improve our mental health is in nature. You guys, nature is therapy, okay? Like, if you have access to the woods and there's a walking trail or something like that, take yourself on a hike and just be one with nature. Like, I would even advise you to not even wear headphones and just actually listen to the wind and the trees blowing and the insects doing whatever it is that they do and the birds, signaling to each other. Nature is beautiful. It's one of the ways I feel most calm is when I'm one with nature. I'm someone that actually loves the beach, and I consider that nature as well. Me being at the beach is actually one of the most effective ways for me to feel alive in this world. And I say that because whenever I visit the beach, especially during my solo time, I'm able to refocus and rejuvenate and to center myself in a way that I cannot do anyplace else. And I don't know what that really is about. I don't know if it's because, the ocean is so big and it's, a way for me to see just how huge God is, and, just to be blessed by the sight of the ocean and, all that it brings. But it brings me calm. It brings me peace. It helps me to bring me back to myself if I feel like I'm ever in a state of overwhelmness, if I feel overwhelmed or feeling like there's too much on my plate or I don't really know which way to go. Whenever I go to the ocean, I'm always guided and I'm always returned back home with so much certainty. And to me, nature is just like the best medicine that you can give yourself, and it's free, it just go out and just sit in silence and just sit alone too. Like I'm an advocate for solo travel. I'm an advocate for time alone and just, being one with yourself. I've been an advocate for that for a long time because we give ourselves to people on a daily basis. And as beautiful as it is, we still have to pour into our own cup for ourselves, because we cannot pour from an empty cup. And we've all heard that phrase before. It's because it's true. We give so much of ourselves every day to other people, in ways of being a great friend or great daughter or sister or spouse or worker. Listen, we wear many hats as people, but we cannot forget to give ourselves the time that we need so that we can get back to in a way that's helpful and beneficial to everyone involved. It's just so important to make sure that we carve out that time for ourselves because, again, we've got to take care of ourselves, and that starts with taking care of our soul and our mental health. And when we do that, when we're able to pour into ourselves, we show up so much better for everyone around. So you guys, never feel guilty if you feel like you need a moment or two to yourself. You are entitled to that, okay? Don't ever feel like you can't give yourself a day or two and just be with yourself, okay? It's so, so important. And I feel like the best way that you can do that is just either being in nature, being at the ocean, or just giving yourself a day or two to just be by yourself at your happiest place. Those are just my happiest places to be. So nature, like I said, is therapy, you guys. It just does something for the soul. But one thing it does for sure is rejuvenate it. So give it a try if you haven't. So to wrap things up, the things that I feel that will help improve your mental health, we got moving your body, we have making sure that you incorporate tons of laughter, unleashing that inner child to have some fun, and being one with nature. Of course, these are things that work for me. They help me to practice mindful minutes, okay? And they help me to show up as my best self, as best as I can anyways, right? But I want your advice. I want what it is that you guys do to help you keep your mental health in a healthy state. What are the things that you do to improve your mental health? Share that with me in the comments below so that we can be a community of people that help one another, because help me raise awareness that this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we want to do whatever we can to make sure that we are being of help and of service to other people that may be struggling in certain areas that we aren't. But with all the help and you guys listing what it is that you would have someone do in the comments below, that's just another form and another way of helping people and reaching to people that we may not have any other way. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode, my 10th episode of my podcast, A Spark Ignited. I am so grateful for all of you that tune in every single week, that share the podcast and, just help me help myself get out there so that I can reach more people. It does not go unnoticed, you guys. I am eternally grateful from the bottom of my heart. As always, you guys, of course, you can catch me every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts, and Wednesdays on YouTube. Again, thank you so much. Episode 10, we're in the books. I'll see you guys next week.